What, you hot? What? What?
A little salty.
Salty? I put a dash of salt in there. That's what it said to do on the recipe.
How much is a dash? Show me. Oh, that's more like a handful.
You know, where we found that video of you in high school. Wow. One of the stars of One Tree Hill that aired right here on WGN, Chad Michael Murray, is also a graphic novelist. He's got a new book out called Everlast, a dark pre-apocalyptic thriller about a lone man who might be able to save mankind from the end of the world. Well, there's a cheery note to start the morning off. Good to have you here. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Boy, that was a flashback, huh?
What? And we picked the great clip of you spitting up into a napkin.
You know?
Very convincing.
Quite flattering. It worked. Well, good morning. How was
Good morning
everyone?
to you. How did this happen, this graphic novel interest of yours? Or has it been there all the time? How did...
No, I actually wasn't privy to the graphic novel world growing up. I was more of a sports buff. And once I moved to Los Angeles, and I was always a big writer. I just loved writing. And I had really great influences in my life and people who just kind of pushed and really, really loved what I was doing. And, you know, one of my buddies who's actually here with me today, he basically said, this is the story you need to start with. I think that everyone's really going to love it. Yeah, it's dark. It's an interesting tale. There's a lot of decay in society, and I think a lot of people can really feel the human element there. So let's start there. And I wrote it originally as a screenplay, and another buddy of mine said, if we adapt this to a graphic novel, this would be a really cool world. And I knew very little about it. And since I've been involved, the graphic novel people, they're the best. I mean, you go to these conventions and everybody's so positive and energetic and loving.
You mean like Comic-Con? I don't see you cruising around Comic-Con.
I did it.
Yeah?
It was
you're Comic-Con.
fascinating.
Huh.
Well, I started last year. The first time I ever went was in San Diego, and then I spent this weekend there, and I'm telling you, man, these people are incredible. The energy, the positive energy that you get there. If you haven't had a chance, go. At least get a wig or a mustache.
Yeah, I was gonna
try
say,
it out.
right?
Like that would be any different from any other weekend with Robin.
Right?
Out and about. You were out and about all over Chicago. I was reading your tweets, and you hit some hot spots. You hit the Paris nightclub the other night. And
I did. We had
a great
dinner.
time.
We had dinner. They were so kind. Lauren took care of us that night and set us up and showed us what we should have and eat. And the people were delightful. Everyone's been great. And I just love Chicago. It's a great sports city. Last time we were here, we took in the Bulls game. We wanted to take in a Blackhawks game, but they were away. But congrats, Chicago.
Yeah.
You're from Buffalo, and you're a big fan of Patrick Kane, because he's from Buffalo.
Yeah, I watched Patrick Kane for ever since he obviously came in, just being a local boy. So, you know, I have a lot of support for your Blackhawks right now. Although I would say go Sabres, but we missed it by 1 point.
You had a prediction about the Bears that I thought was interesting.
I do. I actually think this is the Bears' year. You know, quote me now. I think I do believe this is the Bears' year. I think Jay Cutler and the whole crew, and you know, with Forte and Bush in the backfield, I think this is the year. Brandon Marshall's going to come in, light it up, and Earl Bennett will be your guy this year.
So the One Tree Hill Swan Song was just on the other night. I think it was last week. You made a final appearance back on the show again. What do you think powered that show? I mean, because you know the CW shows came and went, but the One Tree Hill was pretty solid for a really long time.
You know, I think it's everything from the creator to the cast, but mostly the fans. You know, we have the most loyal fans. They're incredible, and it's been fascinating. You know, they had a 9-year run. I haven't been around for about 3 years now. I took a break and kind of went out in the woods and just camped and fell back in love with what the craft was. Found great mentors. Started writing, and you know, going back and revisiting this world was it was such a pleasure and it was such an honor. And to see these fans come out and to now really sink into this Everlast world, you know, it's a really cool world, and I think that they've been able to fall in love with the character. And I've seen them out in droves. It's been really, really fun.
So now you have to get into some Quentin Tarantino film or something, you know,
Right.
to follow up on your graphic novel.
Working on another project. It's a novel, and I'm actually teaming up with a woman, Heather Graham. She's a novelist, and we're working on kind of a adventure romance that I think people will really, really dig. But it's a full-length novel, and she's kind of showing me the ropes on how to get into that world.
I want to escape into the woods and connect with my craft too, so we can talk about that. Where do you go? How do you do it? How much time you need?
We have rules. There's no shaving.
That's going to be a problem for me.
You guys can talk about that during a commercial break. You can meet Chad Michael Murray at the Barnes & Noble at the Old Orchard Mall in Skokie at 4 p.m. today. Robin might be there too at the 10.
Oh, you never know.
Never too late to start your playoff beard, Robin.
Great to meet you. Thanks for being
Such a
here.
pleasure.